That's right. We're back. Spinner Swallow Beer Review. We're doing Gunner's Daughter Milk Stout by Mast Landing Brewing Company. This one gets a Beer Advocate score of, I thought I had it up, but I guess I don't. 93. It's a sweet milk stout, 5.5% ABV, a beautifully aromatic and balanced milk stout with delicious notes of peanut butter, coffee, and dark chocolate. This dark, mythical beer nods to the long past legends of our region's seafarers. Does not contain nuts or peanuts, but it supposedly tastes like peanut butter. So there you go. All right, let's get into this one. Maybe Jammer could watch. I think he sent me messages, but yeah, let's send him a little message. Hey, I'm on. Unless he wants to. Then again, I'll send it to my other friend there. I'll share it to my other friend. There you go. Let's do this. Let's get it in there. I don't know if I've done this one before or not. It looks familiar. I might have. That's okay. Gunner's. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to be. Is that a ship? I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to be on there. Is it one of those things where you put rocks on top of each other? I cannot tell you what the hell that is. Anyhow, I do see trees and stuff at the top. It looks like maybe a sun at the top. If you know what all that means, you work for Mast Landing Brewing. I guess it might be a ship, actually, because Mast Landing, the Gunner's Daughter, you know. It's a big dump. Could be. That's what I was thinking of Kern, you know, like a Kern. I think it's Karen, K-E-I-R-N or something like that. Celtic type thing, rocks on top of each other, but it almost looks like a pile of dung on top of each other. A ship is headed towards you. My ship is coming in. The head is gone. It does smell like peanut butter. So for not having any nuts or anything in it, it does smell like peanut butter. The look is kind of a black. There might be a red hint to it, tinge maybe. Head's completely gone. It does smell like peanut butter. Slight chocolate, peanut butter, and it's a milk stout. And on the can it says, let me get the rest of that beer in there, or try to. So the beautiful air. Okay, I already read all that. Dark chocolate. This is dark mythical beer, not so long past legends are. Okay, I read that part. All right, this part wasn't on Beer Advocate. Gunner's Daughters is supremely drinkable and medium body with masterfully showcasing the complex flavors that a stout can contain. Awesome. No, I have them. I have nuts. Funny guy. Funny. Yeah, peanut butter, chocolate, mostly peanut butter. That's all I can smell on this. And that stale peanut butter smell that you get with all these peanut butter flavored beers. It doesn't smell like real peanut butter. I mean, it's a hint of peanut butter, but it's weird, staley type peanut butter smell. I said the beer doesn't have nuts. But I'm waiting for a day I go shopping with a girl in the grocery store. Ever see the video with the little girl and they have her saying different things like, hi, friend, hi friend, talking to some stranger, and then they're videotaping her all the time, and like another time they're at the grocery store and she's like, get my nuts. I'm going to take my girl by the nut section and yell that out, get my nuts. Well, we'll soon see. Let's give it a flavor test, huh? Cheers. Here's my buddy Jammer. Can't be here today. it's one of those peanut butter beers. Peanut butter with no nuts in it. But it's flat. What's the date on this shit? Canned on September 17th, 2025. That shouldn't be too bad. Pretty flat, but not too bad. I mean, it's got that typical peanut buttery taste you get with some of those peanut butter stouts or whatever. But yeah, we are. But Jammer though. I mean, I barely got a word in at this point in the video in 6 minutes. No, actually, by this point, I would get a chance to talk between the 4 and 6 minute point. There's a slight carbonation in the taste, but it's like there's no fizziness in it though. Yeah, the carbonation is very low, or it went flat somehow. I don't know. The cheap cans, these fuckers, this aluminum they get from China or wherever, probably lets all the air out somehow. Not bad. I mean, I can't believe it's got a 93 actually on Beer Advocate. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just slightly flat. I'm not a big fan of these so-called peanut butter flavored beers because none of them taste like real peanut butter. Yeah, Gunner's daughter, right? You are correct, sir. Or, tobacco, gunpowder, and tuna. Ooh. Yeah. Not bad, though. My last video, I talked about some history. I'm going to start doing history on here, like crazy history. I talked about Teddy Roosevelt, kids, all of his kids, what they did. It's kind of I think they should make a movie about Teddy Roosevelt's kids. That'd be a good movie, I think. Of course, I don't know if they kept diaries about their whole lives and stuff, so it'd be kind of quick, the high points of their history. But this beer is by Mast Landing Brewing Company. They're out of Maine, Westbrook, Maine. Got the rest of that beer in there. But what am I going to give this? I don't think I could go 90. I give it a B plus and a swallow. B plus and a swallow there. The flavor isn't bad. It's just the kind of flat feeling, It's not bad for one of those peanut butter beers. All peanut butter beers kind of taste the same, a little bit, but it's not super bad because I've tasted some where it tastes like welfare peanut butter. Don't ask me how I know how welfare peanut butter tastes. But label out. Yeah, label is out. Yeah. Oh, Stephen King land. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably like from Salem's Lot or what's the other town there? I can't remember the other name of the town. Yeah. So I'll give it a B. What did I say? A B and a swallow? Fuck, I don't know. Swallow and a B. That sounds good. Well, it tastes like regular peanut butter, but almost like there's some a lot of additives and staleness in it and shit like that. Yeah. We'll have to get some someday. Me and Jammer will let you know. So I'll see if he can get some on his end. I probably get some from around here. I'll go to one of these like little places for the homeless in Augusta, Georgia. See if I get some welfare peanut butter. Speaking of welfare peanut butter, somehow we got welfare cheese when we were a kid. I'll admit, my mother was, I don't know if it was welfare, public assistance, food stamps, whatever it was, for about 2 years, probably when I was in the fourth and fifth grade, because, left one of her husbands, going through nursing school. Yeah. So, anyhow, they still kept sending us this block of cheese once a year. So me and my brother, was cutting cheese one year. This is, my mother's not on this stuff anymore. But they got it in the mail or something. I forget what the hell it was, but it was a big block of cheese. Like this fucking big. It was my brother's birthday on the 13th. It was the Friday 13th. He was turning 13. He's cutting his cheese with I think it was a regular butter knife or something he's trying to cut it with, but the blade broke it like half. It snapped, went flying. And I was backing up. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm staying away from you. Yeah, Friday 13th, your 13th birthday, cutting cheese. You might be able to get welfare chocolate and welfare Reese's. I don't know. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my mother did get food stamps at one time. That's when she left her second husband. And yeah. So she got done with nursing school. She went to nursing school. And she was working part-time somewhere else. So she got some public assistance. And yeah, I remember it well. I remember back in the old days, the food stamps was like a fake dollar type shit. Those weird things. And I remember one time my friend, I don't know if he stole it off his mother or where he got these food stamps from, but they're bills. They're like weird looking bills, I don't know. Let's see if I can Googleize it. Old food stamp dollar bills. Yeah. Like that. That's what they look like. And he had a whole shitload of them. I don't know if he stole them off his mother or what. And we went shopping for like fucking back then you could get for food stamps, you could get the cakes and stuff like that, So he had about $50, $60 worth of food stamps, and we went shopping for some cakes and some sweets. Nowadays, I know you can't get food stamps, certain things with food stamps, like soda, some other stuff, but now they're making it harder to get more stuff with food stamps. You can't get like ice cream and shit like that, which is good. That's what it should be. It should only be for necessities, stuff to live on. I mean, granted, okay, so the poor kid can't get ice cream and the rich kid can, but that's life. Maybe they'll teach him to get a job, Could have been some pie. Hey, man. You remind me so much of somebody. Yeah, I'm not going to do another beer review. I think I'm going to I got another beer. I got a 9% IPA, though, but I'm like, I don't want to drink. Because I already had a 12% stout, and then this stout is 5.5. I'm like, I don't want to do a 9% IPA. So I might just do a drinking and thinking videos there. Give out my shout outs to recent celebrity deaths and a couple other things too. Let's get this beer down. Jammer would love it if I got this beer down. 15 minutes. Believe it or not, the last beer was a lot better, actually, being an Imperial Milk Stout. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't going to drink today because I was like, well, Jammer's not drinking. Maybe I should take a week off because I've been drinking every week, I think. Even during Christmas, I wasn't going to drink that week, but Jammer was doing some reviews while I was out Christmas shopping while I was down in Florida. And I got the notification he was on live. I was like, what the hell? I said, I'll get 2 beers on the way back. Did 2 reviews. Robert Duvall, 95 years old. You are correct, sir. Yep, Jesse Jackson. I'm not sure how old he was. Jesse Jackson used to be a very public, almost more. I mean, Al Sharpton, thank God, is not in the public anymore either. But I think kind of almost as much as if not more than Al Sharpton back in the day. But Jesse Jackson, you haven't seen him get out there less and less every year through the 2010s, and then probably the last 5 or 6 years hardly out there at all. I might have seen him once or twice on the news, about 5 or 6 years ago. So Jesse Jackson, 84. You got it. You're pretty good. Jesse Jackson, I have no hard feelings towards him. Our opinions on things are different. I like him a little bit better than Al Sharpton, just about that much more. But if I could quote, let's see. I'm going to mute my mic here a second. Hold on a second. God, this is horrible. You can't Googleize something. What's this? I like those. Secondhand Lions, great. Secondhand Lions. Great movie. I tell you, it's hard to find stuff. The best you ever sounded. That's pretty funny. All right. Let's see. I can't find it. I was trying to find that. If you ever seen the movie Independence Day, Harry Connick Jr., when they're going off to fight the aliens in their jets, Harry Connick Jr. gives out, and he talks like Reverend Al, or not Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. And he gives like a prayer and a little speech when they're taking off, and flying towards the aliens. And I can't find it anywhere on here. I Googleized it, I chat GPT'd it, can't find it. I must not be doing the correct words. That would have been fun, though. Anyhow, probably should have pre-planned that. Reverend Jesse Jackson. Oh, yeah, he was there for the civil rights movement. He marched. As a matter of fact, wasn't he in Memphis with Martin Luther King when Martin Luther King was killed? I believe so. I think he was on the balcony, one of the guys pointing up towards somewhere the bullets came from. Early morning, April 4th. Shots rang out in the Memphis sky. Free at last, they took his life. They could not take his pride. In the name of love. All right, I'll chill. Rocket Red Countdown, Liftoff, Rocket Red. Well, I don't get that. Oh, yeah, he was the Godfather of Part 1 and 2, yeah. Robert Duvall, Colors, great lines in Colors with Sean Penn. He was an older cop. Sean Penn was a rookie cop. L.A. gangs, and it's kind of giving an example to Sean Penn. He's like, he wants to go out and arrest all the fucking gangsters in the hoods. And he tells Sean Penn, hey, what did the Father Bowl? All right, wait. Let me think about that. Not the bull. The son ram says to the father ram, they're up on the top of a hill and they see a bunch of sheep down at the bottom of the hill, and he says, hey, Dad, let's run down there and fuck one of those sheep. And the dad says, no, son, let's walk down there and fuck them all. That was Robert Duvall's line. That's pretty good. And then I think a different part of the movie is like, what did the mother geese say to the father geese? Let's get the flock out of here. Pretty good line. Yeah. That's a different movie. You mess with the bulls, you get the horn. Yeah. I don't think that was Robert Duvall. Was he in Lonesome Dove? He was in To Kill a Mockingbird, too. That was his first movie, actually. Deep Impact, that he had played a pretty good part. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but it was pretty good still at the same time. He's the old captain on the fucking shuttle to go try to stop the asteroid from coming on Deep Impact. And then pretty good part, man. And I always looked at, some of my shit on the video I'm supposed to do later, but since we're on the subject, I always looked at Robert Duvall, especially in his older years, as a good father or grandfather type figure in his movie roles. I don't know how he was in real life. Maybe he was like that. But I always looked at him as a good father or a good grandpa figure. But I also looked at him as if he got drunk or, pissed off, he would beat somebody's ass. Some kids, his kids, somebody else's kids. He would beat some ass. That's how I looked at him. I was like, yeah, he's pretty sober and nice. Granddad, father figure, but I could see the other end of the spectrum with it too. He'd beat someone's ass. Family is a good movie. Family thing, good movie. Oh. He's also, that's why I saw him yesterday in the movie on the Fire Stick. I was flipping through and he came up with the movie with James Earl Jones. Was it like Con Artist or Con something? And there's a kid in the movie. And I didn't even know he died the day before. I was like, oh, Robert Duvall. I was like, man, I can't believe he's alive. He's got to be in his mid-90s or something by now, right? And then when I was going to work last night, I came across my phone that Robert Duvall died Sunday. I was like, oh, shit. I thought I had psychic powers, but I think it was probably his movies are probably being pushed on different streaming services now. Usually they do that when someone dies. Yeah, good actor. One thing is we all die, even the famous people. That is so true, Shagdog. That's right, Jammer. I'm talking for Jammer now. That's something he would have said. Boy, that last beer, that 12% one's hitting me pretty good. There you go. Label up. Well, I don't know if I want to do another one since Heyman has got me to spill some of the shit I was going to say about Robert Duvall already. Oh, well, what can you do, right? Shit. I guess I could probably spill the rest of it on here, right? Media assets. Let's do it. Let's see if I can get it up here. That's what she said. All right, got that. Yeah, there it is. I think we talked about most of the stuff I have, actually. Oh. All right, let's see if we're going to be able to get that in there. There we go. All right, yeah. I'm going to throw up some of the stuff here. Godfather, Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a pretty good character. He had that kind of presence, the kind of guy who feels like a wise grandpa you sit and talk with. But you'd also know he'd never take any crap from anyone. His work will live on forever. That was quoted from Reuters, somebody in Reuters. Kind of like I said. Jesse Jackson, civil rights icon. Jesse Jackson has passed away at the age of 84. Protege of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jackson spent decades fighting for racial justice, economic opportunity, and voting rights. He founded the Rainbow Coalition. Did he really? What? Ran for president. Yes, he did run for president. When Mondale ran, he tried to go against, I think it was when Mondale ran. He tried to run for president. Didn't win the Democratic nomination, of course. But he helped break barriers and help uplift millions. But here's what I got to say about the millions that some people try to uplift. They're dumb as fuck. Well, they don't teach history in school or they don't reinforce it. I asked one of those kids, I asked a 21-year-old kid last night at work. I was talking about, because I saw that Teddy Roosevelt show. So I asked him if he knew who Teddy Roosevelt was. And he's like, no, who the heck's that? And then I explained to him he was a president. The teddy bear is named after him. Rough Riders, Puerto Rico, Spanish-American War. Anyhow, he didn't know who he was. I said, well, how about this other person? Nope, never heard of him. And then I said, how about Martin Luther King? Yeah, I know who that is. And I said, oh, okay, that's good. And his kid's African-American, so every African-American should know who Martin Luther King is. So, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. And then I said, but then I threw him a trick question on Martin Luther King. I said, so what number president was he? Martin Luther King, was he 20th, 30th, 40th? He's like, I can't remember, but I think he might have been around the 30th. So I thought he was never president. He was just civil rights. He's like, I know he's civil rights. I thought he was a president, though. Come down there. So I got him. So then I told another coworker about it, and he's like, yeah, but he started asking actors. Most young people don't know actors from the 80s or 90s. If they're 21 years old now, that means they were born in 2004 or something, right? 2005. He asked me, who's Arnold Schwarzenegger? Who's Wesley Snipes? I was like, yeah, he didn't know who the hell they were. And it's just like when I'm in the 80s or early 90s, if someone asked me certain actors from the 50s or 40s, I probably knew some of them, actually, surprisingly. But I wouldn't know a lot of them, But then again, I knew who Bob Hope was, Bing Crosby, um, Charlton Heston. I knew some actors, so I wasn't like I. I don't know. I think it's just today's age, with the social technology, and it's all about now, not about then or the future. It's all about now. When was the War of 1812? I don't know, 1950. That's close. You're pretty good. 1812, I don't know the exact years, but I know 1812 was about in the middle. So it was like 1810 to 1814 or somewhere around there. Oh, yeah. Well, me and Jer are awesome. I'll admit, even people from our days, though, when I was in history class in high school, a lot of people they don't like history, and I guess they refused to read. All we did, like the 1 year I was in history, I had a U.S. history class. My last U.S. history, I don't know if that was my sophomore year or my junior year, but anyhow, hey, read chapter 6, and we're gonna have a quiz on it Friday. We'd go over it a couple days. Hey, read the chapter. We're gonna have a quiz Friday. People are taking the test. They don't know what can I copy off you. I was like, all you had to do is read the damn chapter, and it stuck with me. History stuff stuck with me. I guess I don't know stuff about plagiarism. I can't remember now, but what the hell is the old press type stuff like yellow journalism, right? Yeah. Oh, this beer is too high the price. I don't know. I probably bought this beer for like $2 or $3, probably at the liquor store. Yeah, it is a little boring, huh? Yeah, they should have put the picture of the daughter on there. Gunner's daughter. Yeah. Speaking of Gunners, well, I don't know where the hell I put it. These are famous bands that have the word guns in it. Oh, they didn't do it for me. What the hell? Don't do what I ask. ChatGPT, is that how it's going to work? Wow. I'll have to double check next time I go to the liquor store, see how much it costs, because I really don't pay attention to each individual beer I buy. Because I buy like 20 or 30 at a time there, so probably should say the receipts. I could answer your question. Pull out the receipt. It could have been higher. And this is from Maine, I believe. So, and maybe it was that price. I don't know, because most of the ones I buy are like $2 or $3. There are occasional $4 or $5, beers here in the Georgia area of Augusta, Georgia. Independently wealthy. Yeah, I don't give a shit what the cost is. I'll buy it. I don't even pay attention. LA Guns. That's one I was going to say. Oh, Sex Machine Guns, Guns N' Roses, Love Gun. Is that a band? Oh, they must be a Kiss tribute band, right? Now, as far as songs, I had them check songs too. ChatGPT, they even have a lot of songs on it. Gunslinger, Big Guns, AC/DC. Also, Skid Row had a song called Big Guns. Gunfighter, I don't know what the fuck that is. Gun for Hire, AC/DC. Guns of Love. Guns of Brixton. Guns in the Sky by INXS. That's Jammer. It's one of his favorite bands. I was thinking Stick to Your Guns by Bon Jovi. Love Gun, like I said, is a good song by Kiss. Yeah, well, ChatGPT was supposed to help me, but they didn't help too well, actually. Well, there you go, Chat. Gunny Sergeant, right? The Marines. Yep. Yeah, they had figured to be more songs. I'm sure there's a lot of rap songs about guns. Let's chat GBT that shit. Give me a list of rap songs that have guns in the title. Oh yeah, Shagdog. Rap has tons of guns in song titles. Okay, Guns by The Roots. Guns Come Out by 50 Cent. Guns Blazing by Eminem and Dr. Dre. Guns of Smoke, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Guns, Jay-Z had a song called Guns N' Roses. Guns Go Bang by Kid Cudi and Jay-Z. Gun Walk by Lil Wayne. Guns for Hands by, not rap, but 21 Pilots get lumped in sometimes. Modern rap. Guns by Lil Durk. Gunsmoke by 21 Savage. Guns and Money by various artists. Guns and Smoke by DMX. Guns Up, multiple hip hop artists. All right. There you go. Guns. LA Guns, history. Hey, man, I don't know if Jammer would know this. PA Brew News, if you're still on it. I only see one viewer, but LA Guns and Guns N' Roses at one separate time. Axl Rose band was called Hollywood Roses or Hollywood Rose or some shit. Tracy Guns had LA Guns. They combined their bands and became Guns N' Roses. Tracy Guns, Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. And then they split up, of course. And then Axl kept the Guns N' Roses. Tracy Guns went on to do LA Guns again. There you go. There's your musical lesson for today. Janie's got a gun. You are correct, Heyman. That's a good one. Machine Gun. Yep. Oh, even Warrant had a song called Machine Gun off their Dog Eat Dog album. Wow. Good job, Heyman. Good job. Yeah. I really like that song by Bon Jovi, actually, off their New Jersey album, Stick to Your Guns. Stick to your guns. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you, baby. You could pull the trigger, but only if you have to. Aim for the heart. Some will love and some will hurt you, baby. You could go to war, but only if you have to. Only if you have to. Yeah, pretty good song. Janie's Got a Gun is a good one. I'm surprised that didn't come up on there. That's crazy. Big Guns is a good one. Skid Row. AC/DC had a Big Gun song too. All right. Saturday Night Special. Oh, Billy's Got a Gun by Def Leppard too. I didn't even think of that about that one. The Saturday Night Special, our friend is firearm and list of lyrics include a gun song, discussions for his commentary on handguns. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got Billy's Got a Gun there. Okay, I didn't see that. That's a good one too. Billy's got a gun, he's on a run. Got a feeling in the air. There's danger in the air. Can't you feel it in the air? There's danger in the air. Danger. Really good song. Quite possibly my favorite Def Leppard. I'm more of High and Dry and Pyromania than I am Hysteria. I do like some of the songs in Hysteria. I just think Pyromania and High and Dry. High and Dry is more AC/DC type, all guitars, and then Pyromania is kind of like that, but a little bit of a poppiness to it, and then Hysteria just goes full blown poppiness. Oh, I don't know that one. Tommy Gunn and Fast Paced The Clash. Oh. Wow. I wonder if there's songs about types of guns like Tommy Gun or 38 Special. Colt 45, something like that. Yeah. I probably should get off this one. Well, I don't think I'm doing any more short videos because all the short videos I planned, we talked about some of that stuff already. So I guess that's it for Shagdog. Well, it's good though. I don't need to drink any more beer. I did not know that one. Who the hell are the Vaselines? That don't sound too good. Were they sponsored by P. Diddy? I actually have some sediment down. Look at that stuff sticking to the bottom of the glass there. Probably sticking to my belly. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch. Now you're messing with a son of a... Okay, different song. Look back at the other one. Son of a gun. Oh, you mean the son of a gun one? Son of a gun, the Vaselines.
I love how camping's full of surprises. Except
commercial. Now you're messing with a...
It starts working in as little as 30 minutes. Clears. Use directed.
Yeah, P.A. Bruno mentioned that earlier as one of the bands, and I said it's a Kiss tribute band, and then I said something about the Kiss song. Yeah, that the album, and that was the name of the album and the song on the album. Yeah, Love Gun. Love Gun. Yeah, okay. I don't remember that song. Love Gun's a good one. Yeah. Love Gun. Loves a Loaded Gun by Alice. One of his older ones. Now, a good ballad by Alice Cooper, I remember. I think it was on his Trash album in the 87, 88, whatever year that came out. Only My Heart Talking. It almost sounded like an Aerosmith type ballad from that time frame, too. It's only my heart talking. It's only my heart talking. Tell me things I want to hear you say. Can't you hear me knocking? I try to fool you, but it won't play. Cause my heart's talking. It's talking. Yeah, baby, it's talking. It's talking to you. All right. There you go. There's some Alice Cooper for you. Elephant Gun. Wow. Wow, I wonder what album that's off of. Let's check. What album is Elephant Gun by David Lee Roth off of? That's on the Eat 'Em a Smile album. I never did hear all the songs on that album, actually, so that'd be interesting. A fast-paced solo track by David Lee Roth. Burbage. Well, that's going to do it for this one. I went 45 minutes almost on this one. So, Spitter Swallow Beer Review, another extravaganza of a long beer review. Boy. What a fiasco. Thanks for joining Heyman and PA Brew News. I guess I'm done for today. We'll see you next week. Maybe Jammer will be back. Maybe. If not, maybe Shagdog will take a week off too. What do you think? I will see you on the next one. Next week, Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you again. Thanks for commenting a lot. Hang on, you're becoming the new Jammer fan. I think you're becoming the Shagdog fan. We'll see you on the next one next week. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, Spitter Swallow Beer Review, Shagdog, and Jammer. Cheers.